Hello people, this is Zippy and welcome to my classroom. In today's episode, I'll be giving you my top 10 apps for presentation and teaching. So, if you're a teacher, if you're in business, if you make any kind of presentations, whether you're a student or not, this is for you. So my very first app that I'm going to talk about, and please note this episode is not sponsored, this is just to help you make your presentations and your teaching interesting. The very first one is Wakelet. So I just learned of this recently. It's an amazing app. What you do is just like what you do on Pinterest. Create a board, have a collection of what they call wakes, of any images, any articles, any videos you'd like to be presenting. You can just easily send the link to your students and they can look at it themselves. The second app I'm going to talk about, and this list is in no particular order. This is a games app which I'm sure almost everybody knows, called Kahoot. That's Kahoot. And this has quizzes and you can use it in any language. You can even create your own quiz. And I love this as a teacher, especially at the end of the lesson. I like to see whether my objectives have been met. Just give them a Kahoot, like, you know, did you get the right vocabulary that we learned in this language lesson? And the fun thing is you can use Kahoot even with your loved ones at home and just have a trivia. What are the capital cities of the world? Who we know? The third app I'd like to talk about is called Socrative. It's like Socrates, so Socrative. This app is really good, especially if you have a large audience, and it's amazing for all kinds of presentations. So it enables you to upload any activities. It just makes your classroom presentation super exciting and engaging. It also helps with quizzes. You can post quizzes very fast and you can run multiple quizzes at the same time. It also has quick questions whereby you have true false answers or multiple choice ones. It's just super easy, but you also need just short phrase answers. Then it also has a feature that enables you to have a class count, so you get to know, because this is a large audience, how many people are actually there with you. Okay, and it's good for reporting, and you can have all these emails sent to you, and you get to have proper feedback of how your class, how your presentation went. App number 4, Duolingo. I mean, if you've ever done a foreign language and you've not used Duolingo, how? I don't understand. So Duolingo is an amazing app to learn a language. Of course, you can't fully just rely on an app. You would need to have a language teacher, but it's an amazing supplement to your lessons. And the good thing about Duolingo is you can easily finish a level in less than 3 hours, and it takes you step by step. It's very rewarding, gives you stickers and tells you how far you've gone, and you're on a super streak, you're doing amazing. So that's the kind of teacher we all want, right? So you can learn as many languages as possible. I really love that, and you always see the level of vocabulary of your students. If you're a language teacher, will always be higher if the students is using Duolingo. Very similar to Wakelet, this app here gives you different ways of presenting your content. So if today I'd like to give various sources of information of whatever I am teaching, I create my own Padlet and post everything, including even voice recordings. And if your student is maybe remote learning, you can easily do that. And also the good thing about this is if you're having a presentation in front of a large group of people and you'd like their feedback whether anonymously or not. Padlet gives you that. So when you have such an option, people are not usually scared of giving you feedback. So if you want people to post questions anonymously, let's say you're having a question and answer forum, this is an amazing app for that. But what makes it, I would say, slightly better than Wakelet is many options. It gives you very many templates that you can use and very many colors. App number 6, ClassDojo. Now, I first heard of this when the pandemic hit, and it's an app that you heard from people, like they were using it, and it's not a video app like Zoom or Google Meet now, but it's a sort of community sort of app. Yeah, so what happens in ClassDojo is you of course put in your students' names, so it's like a register, okay, your digital register that you have. But now what makes it unique is that you have your students and their parents as part of your class. So any information that goes out to the students also goes out to the parents. Unless that's not, what you planned, then there's an option of just notify students only or notify parents only. And it gives little pictures or little icons, kind of like an avatar for each student. So like the theme is usually like little monsters, and it looks very, very, very nice. So helps mark attendance very well, sends reports directly to the parents, and it's an amazing platform for students to upload their work. So if they were supposed to create any sort of presentation, a video, PowerPoint, pictures, etc., it's easy for you to just create that work and have an avenue to upload, and even the parents can see what work they've uploaded. So if you're going to tell a parent that, well, your child never submitted the work, they can easily see that, yeah, for sure, no work was submitted. Okay, next I'd like to mention an app called Quizizz. And this is an app very many teachers love and very many presenters, just to make things fun. So Quizizz, you can make it, a beginning activity or the end of your lesson activity, so like an exit ticket. Now Quizizz, very similar to Kahoot, has games. It's just a learning platform. Just makes your lessons, your presentations very, very fun. And so the thing that distinguishes Quizizz from Kahoot is now with Quizizz you can actually assign the quiz for the students to take later. So you can easily email the code, email the link to your students, and maybe they need to do it within 24 hours, and yeah, it sticks to the time. Gives you very good statistics, just like Kahoot tells you which question was, well done, which question gave your learners a huge challenge, and so on. Now another thing that makes quizzes much more fun is it gives you some cheat codes. So there you can get a bonus question, or it can tell you to select a question randomly, a question you can't even see, to redo. And that's the beauty of always checking the answer after each question, just see if you're getting things right or not. It's a fun activity. Both Kahoot and Quizizz are really, really good learning gaming apps. It just depends on what you like to achieve at the end of it all, especially if you need a lot of statistics, data about the game. Quizizz is the app for you. The 8th app that I use, Google Classroom. I mean, it's in the name. So Google Classroom has been there for a while, a long while, and because it's Google, it's easy for you to send emails. So with Google Classroom you can create every single classroom that you teach. So let's say I have my grade 1 classroom, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, or depending on the subjects you teach, you can, let's say I'm having here Form 1 physics class, Form 2 maths class. It's all about you. And then you add your students onto that classroom, and if the students email addresses and their parents' email addresses are already in your server, it's very easy to transfer them. And anytime you need to send any emails to the parents of that particular student, just click on the student's name, the parents' emails appear as well, and you easily send the work. So with Google Classroom, you can connect it to almost every single Google app there is. So if I need to have a quiz on Google Forms, I can easily link that. You can have your students do their exams using Google Classroom. Of course, the monitoring part is what you need to take care of. And then Google Classroom offers, that platform where students can upload their work. You can send announcements and they easily go to their emails. If you have the app on your phone, you can see, you get notifications every time and see who submitted the work, who has a question. So it's really amazing and quite easy to use. You really don't need to do much to know much about Google Classroom. This next app is nothing new. That's where you are. Of course, it's YouTube. There's no presenter, no teacher who can survive without YouTube. And especially like for me, who teaches a foreign language, I just love YouTube because I get to show my students who are here in Kenya the other side. So like now we're learning about the city of Berlin. Of course, I can't take them to Berlin, but there are Berlin virtual tours on YouTube. So I use that. We have so many programs. If I want them to watch a German movie or short clips, unlike Netflix where you'd have to watch longer clips, YouTube you can easily get short clips, watch with your class, explain, and they learn a lot. And especially if you're teaching something like German and you have easy German clips, and you have Deutsche Welle also on YouTube or on their site, get to watch movies that have parts like Nico's Big, whatever subject you teach. Even if you're just a motivational speaker, you have a lot on YouTube that you can use. And last but not least, this is an app I use almost every day, and this is Canva. And I feel like Canva is underrated. Yes, it might not be as amazing as Photoshop, but for a teacher like me or anybody making a presentation, Canva is the way to go. And like my students resisted it at the beginning, but with time they are actually very grateful that I have made them use Canva for all their presentations. So most assignments I give them, I tell them to use Canva because it gives you a great variety of graphics that you can use. Now here you can create a video, a PowerPoint presentation, a brochure, an infographic, even a post on Instagram. I mean, Canva is just amazing. Of course, you would need to pay for you to get even more options, but even just the free options are amazing. And every single presentation I have done with Canva, I always get great feedback, like wow, that looks so professional, that look amazing. It always looks like a million bucks. So I love Canva so much. I can never stop saying about Canva. They've not paid me at all to say that, but it's just beautiful. If you love art, if you love color, they have every single thing for any single topic. So I used to use SlideGo before until I discovered Canva, and it was a game changer for me. I hope it will be a game changer for you. Thank you so much for listening. If you've been here till the end of the video, thank you so much. This is actually my first YouTube video. I really hope everybody loves it. Share, like, subscribe, and please comment. I'd like to know which apps do you use, what you love the most. How was this video to you? And I really hope that this has been a lesson that you won't forget.